You ever notice how silence can sound like betrayal? It starts small. A text left on read a tone that feels off. A sudden distance you can't explain. You tell yourself you're imagining it, that you're overthinking, that maybe she's just tired. But your gut knows something's wrong, something you can't name, but you feel it. And this is where it begins. Not with shouting, not with violence, but with quiet control, with the kind of manipulation that doesn't break your bones. It breaks your sense of self. It's subtle, isn't it? The way she turns your kindness into guilt. The way she praises you right before she cuts you down. You're such a good man. When you listen, you're just too sensitive. I didn't mean it like that. You always twist things. At first, you fight it. You explain, you defend, you overthink. Then, you stop. You start editing yourself. You start walking on eggshells around someone you love. That's psychological conditioning. Tiny emotional cuts that bleed your confidence dry. You start to believe that love means earning peace. That if you're calm enough, patient enough, quiet enough, maybe she'll stop. But she doesn't stop. Because the manipulation isn't about love. It's about control. See, emotional manipulation often hides behind affection. It's not always toxic words. Sometimes it's the withdrawal of warmth. 1 minute, she's your safe place. The next, she's distant, detached. That's called intermittent reinforcement. It's the same psychological trick used in gambling addiction. Your brain gets addicted to the reward of her approval. You chase it. You crave it. You'll do anything for it. And that's how she keeps you hooked. What you don't see is how much of yourself you've given away just to keep the peace. You stopped laughing the same. You don't trust your instincts anymore. You second-guess everything, even your emotions. That's gaslighting, when someone makes you doubt your own reality until you depend on theirs. And over time, you forget the sound of your own truth. You forget who you were before the manipulation began. That's when the real damage sets in. Emotional dependency. You're not addicted to her. You're addicted to the version of yourself you think she'll finally love. You know what's crazy? This pattern didn't start with her. This need to please, to fix, to prove your worth through suffering. That started long before you ever met her. That's your inner child, the little boy who had to earn love to feel safe, who learned that affection came with conditions. Maybe you had parents who only noticed you when you performed. Or maybe you grew up watching love turn cold and confusing. So now, you attract what feels familiar, not what's healthy. Familiar pain feels safer than unfamiliar peace. That's why you stay, not because you're weak, but because your nervous system believes chaos is home. But here's the truth no one tells you. Healing isn't about blaming her. It's about seeing yourself clearly. You have to unlearn the belief that love must hurt to be real. You have to stop mistaking anxiety for attraction. You have to face the mirror, not to punish yourself, but to reclaim yourself. That's where shadow work begins, looking at the parts of you that accepted less, not with shame, but with compassion, because you weren't stupid. You were conditioned. And now, you're waking up. You start setting boundaries. You stop explaining your worth. You begin saying no, not to her, but to the version of you that kept shrinking to be loved. The manipulation you should fear most isn't just from others. It's from the voice inside you that says you're not enough without them. That's the real prison, the belief that you must earn love instead of embody it. When you start loving yourself in silence, when you no longer chase validation, that's when manipulation loses its power, because self-worth, real, grounded self-worth, cannot be controlled. You don't need to prove your value by surviving someone else's chaos. You don't need to shrink to fit into someone's idea of love. You're allowed to walk away, even if your voice shakes. The hidden manipulation every man should fear is the one that convinces him that pain is love. It's not. Love doesn't drain you. Love doesn't silence you. Love expands you. So if you're watching this and something inside you feels seen, then it's time. Time to heal. Time to rebuild. Time to remember who the hell you are. Subscribe. Not for me, but for the man you're becoming.